very impressed.
Oh, fab. Right, I think we're good to go. Hi, Julia. How are you today?
I'm okay. How are you? A few
Good.
technical glitches starting, but I think we're over it. And yeah,
Yeah,
good.
we're all good. So today I have got Julia Jamieson. I'll not speak too much. I'll let you do all the answer, and I'll just take it easy over here. So I'm going to start with I've got some questions, and I'm sure you're going to answer them. No problem. So the first one is, what is the name of your business, and what do you do?
So I run Orka Living, which is professional organizing, decluttering, and productivity services. So basically, what that means is I help busy people to declutter, get organized, and take control of their homes and their lives and their productivity. So whether it's tackling physical clutter, getting their life admin in order, or making a house move less stressful, that's what we're there for. And the word orca actually is Swedish for having the physical and mental ability and energy to be bothered to do something. So the whole ethos behind it is really that I hope to give my clients back that physical and mental energy to really live their best lives.
Yeah, and you were our speaker. What month was it? I'm trying to remember.
I think it was November.
November? Yeah, I think you're right. I think it was November, and it was great. That was a really good. I think lots of people took a lot away from that, including me. I'm still pretty much mostly digital. I have not bought a new notebook since that networking meeting, so that's pretty
Well
good.
done.
So everyone needs Julia in their life. Right. How would you describe your business? I know you've kind of described it there, but how would you describe your business to someone who has never heard about you or
So I
heard
think
about organizing?
Yeah, I think professional organizing in this country certainly is still a bit of a new concept, and many people don't really realize that there are organizers out there, and there are hundreds of us. I'm a member of APTO, which is the Association for Professional Declutterers and Organizers, and so you can literally go to their website, apto.co.uk, and put in your postcode, and it will find an organizer near you. But for me, what it's really about is making life lighter. I feel like, especially I'm a mom, I've got three kids, I run a business. Previously, I worked in television. Life is hard. Like it's hard enough on its own that we can just do simple things to lift that weight to help people who are feeling overwhelmed by their homes, their to-do list, or their situations, and just lift that weight off so that life is just a bit easier and smoother, and that particularly for mums, that mum mental overload, the aim is to reduce that so that we can just make the most of every moment and do the things that we really love to do. So it's not about perfection, it's about progress.
Yeah, absolutely. That's an important point, isn't it? And you're right. I certainly would not have known there was professional organisers had I not known you.
It's
So
coming round in the
it's
UK with the TV program
yeah.
Sort Your Life Out, Stacey Sullivan.
Yes, this I need to
Um,
watch that. I really need
Yeah,
to
well, yeah.
watch
I
that.
mean, it's good. It's very different in person than it is on television. The ideas are similar, but when you're one to one with a client, you're there for the good times, the bad times. You're there for everything. So it's a bit different in real life.
Okay, compared to the TV. Okay, dokie. Right, our next question. What values are at the heart of your business?
So, um. I think for me, I think there are sort of three main values that would stand out. Authenticity, empathy, and empowerment. So for me, I really believe that being real, I come with no judgment. And many clients, when we start out, think, oh, I'm so embarrassed, or I must have the worst house. And your house is never the worst house. There's houses aren't bad. It's situational and it's dependent on who you are and how you've come to this place. So I come with no judgment, and that's really important, and no pressure for perfection. We're not striving for Instagram worthy houses. I mean, some people are, and we can totally do that, but we're after practical solutions really that work for you. I'm empathy because it's so key. in being able to support clients. I know what it's like to feel overwhelmed. I know what it's like to have three kids and be a busy mum just trying to get through the day. Many of my clients have lost somebody important in their life. I know that grief. I've lost too many people in my life. So having that empathy to really understand where they are in their season of life is important. Um, and really empowerment because it's at the heart of everything I do. And my goal is to give the clients the confidence and the tools and the systems to take control of their lives and their space and their time so that they can maintain it on their own. What makes me happy is when clients graduate and they don't need me anymore and they can go and do it themselves.
Yeah, on their own.
It's a great thing.
Yeah, I'm just going back to what you said. Sorry, I'm totally diverting from our questions. I do this a lot. What you said about the Instagram house, I think, with everything in life now, there's a lot of peer pressure. And I think, yeah, certainly with Instagram, you see houses that are perfect.
Mhm.
Whereas you don't really see the houses that are lived in by families, kids, pets. You don't see the dog fur tumbling over the floor on Instagram. I think
Yeah.
yeah.
And
Um,
it's hard because, like, of course, everybody wants these great, amazing houses, but it's
yeah,
just
I would love a
practical.
clean, perfect house.
Yeah. So, like, for me, it's about finding solutions that are practical for the family, for the person, for the individual, for them to be able to maintain it and really live like that, but still
Yeah,
lifting the weight.
yeah, that's it. Yeah, but I think we need. Sorry, someone just started drilling outside my house. So hopefully that's not the camera's not picking it up. This happens to me every time. It's either the bin men or someone drilling. Yes, I think what we need to do is take pictures of imperfect houses, or houses that are lived in, not even imperfect,
Real
because they're
houses.
perfect to us. So I'm going
Yeah.
to start taking pictures of dust and dog fur on the floor and put on Instagram.
Okay. Do that.
That's what
That's
I'm
good.
going to do. Right. Anyway, sorry, I'm totally diverting. Right. Okay. I know we've got kids to pick up soon. Who or what inspires you the most in business or in life?
Well, Orka Living was sort of born out of the back of COVID and watching a lot of organizing programs on TV. And I was watching the home edit, and I love the home edit. I love the home edit girls, and they have a lot of fun. But actually, I was watching another program about Shay McGee, who's an interior designer who has Studio McGee, and she also designs houses but has an interior design range as well. And so much of my inspiration for Orca Living came from there because I love how she makes a house look beautiful and has pretty things in it, new and old. And I get a lot of clients who are maybe moving to a new house and think, oh, I can't keep any of my old stuff because it won't match. And I'm like, no, keep the character. Like we can blend the old and new together. But the way she does it is she designs with both functionality, but also creating spaces that feel intentional and lived in rather than perfect. So it takes away that, what we're talking about, the Instagram.
Yeah, that
Um,
perfect.
and her business came from an idea on her own, and she put everything into it. And it really gave me the confidence to believe in my idea and to think that if I put in the same hard work, I too could achieve a successful business. Now, one day it'd be great to be as big a business as she has, and that would be awesome, and have my own TV program and book and everything. That would be amazing. But I'm starting small, and we're 4 years in. But yeah, so I think I always really liked her style and her work ethic to really put everything in, and the fact that she was a mum with kids doing it at the same time. But I also find inspiration in people who take action, even when things are messy or hard or life just feels hard. And my clients inspire me all the time. They all have their own story. They all come from a place that has been difficult, which is why they've got in touch with me. And show me every day that by making small changes, it can have a big impact on their life. And yeah, on a personal level, I love learning from other business owners. The LBM network has been great. And just seeing people who show up authentically and and work hard. I've always had a good work ethic. It's been instilled in me since I was a child. So yeah, other people that work hard too, they inspire me and help me strive for greatness.
Oh, fab. The next question, I think we've probably covered the next question, but
Okay.
I'll ask you anyway.
Mhm.
What's been, because a lot of what you've told me so far sounds really rewarding. So that's leading into the next question. What has been your most rewarding moment in business so far?
It's really hard to pick just one
Yeah,
rewarding
that
job,
all
but
sounds really rewarding.
I always say to people, and you'll know from nursing and things, um, I'm with people at difficult times in their most vulnerable space, in their most vulnerable moments. And I always say I've recently took on a new assistant who's amazing. And I remember saying in the interviews, it's what I take away is when people have that shoulder drop moment. And it happens when I arrive through the door, and it happens when I leave because they're relieved that I'm there to help them start making a change. And they're relieved when I'm gone. Not because I'm gone, I hope, but because they feel lighter. They feel the physical weight lifted, and it's in my boot going to the charity shop or wherever. But they have that big sigh of relief. And whether it's because they now have an organized home or systems at work or they've moved house with less stress, just seeing that transformation in their space and in their mindset is amazing. But one moment that really stood out for me was with an elderly client who was downsizing after 40 odd years in the house, having lost their partner. And the removal vans came and they packed everything up, and the cleaner had been, and the house was clean and it was ready for the new people to move in. And we were standing in the garage, and I said, okay, I'm going to go now, and I'll see you at the new place in a few days when it was coming. And we both stood and cried because it was a really emotional
Oh.
time. And for many of my clients who maybe are elderly, maybe have children who don't live nearby, or
Hmm.
at work that can't physically help them, it's so rewarding and such a privilege to be that person that's there for them in that really difficult moment as they're saying goodbye to a previous life and moving to a new chapter. It's such an honor.
Gosh, I'm nearly crying.
I know. Me too.
Oh, this mine's hopefully a cheerier. This was maybe a cheerier question.
Okay,
If you could give someone out, if I'll start again, that's just threw me a little bit.
sorry.
If you could give someone just starting out their business advice, what would it be?
Um, don't wait until everything is just perfect.
Yeah, I think we talk about that a lot, don't we?
Yeah, just
Mhm.
start. And
Just
I,
go.
yeah, years ago, I started writing a blog post, which kind of didn't go very far. But I was waiting for all these things to be perfect. And a screenwriter friend of mine was like, Julia, just write. Doesn't matter what you write, just write. And I did. And that advice has stuck with me forever. And I put off in the start looking for clients because I wanted my website to be perfect. I didn't want anybody to go to it and it not look exactly how I wanted. And because I did it myself, it took a really long time. And at some point, a business coach slash website friend said to me, Julia, just publish it, just go, just do it. And they're absolutely right. So I would say sometimes you just have to rip the band-aid off and do it.
Yeah,
Clarity comes from taking action, not
yeah,
from overthinking things. Um, I would say be consistent in your values, know what your values are and stick to them. And don't be afraid to pivot when you need to. Surround
yeah.
yourself with people who get it, like us in Rotherham, because we all get it. It's great running a business, but it's really hard. And systems, whether it's bookkeeping, whatever your systems are, you need start with good systems from the beginning because your
Yeah.
future self, when it comes time for tax return, will thank you.
Yes, and we both know that too.
Yeah,
I think we've learned the hard way.
yeah,
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That's totally my number one piece of advice as well for anyone starting out a business. It won't be perfect.
no,
And certainly Launch Your Boss Mums Network is far from where It's in a good place. It's growing. But I do. It's not as perfect, and it might never be. But you know, it might just be the. I've obviously got a vision in my head,
Mhm.
but you know, that might just be a vision. It might not. It might not get there. Who knows? It might, like you say, it might pivot and end up somewhere else.
And I think we're, especially at the start, I think we're so afraid to ask for help because we want to control this thing and we want to do everything ourselves. But it's
Yeah.
really important, and there's a money thing involved as well. But it's really important to know when to outsource and say, actually,
Yeah.
this is beyond my scope of ability. I know somebody, and yes, I might need to pay them. Or if it's a friend, you could swap services.
Yeah.
It's important to know when to say, actually, I need to ask somebody else to help me and get through this
Yeah.
goal, so that you can continue to move forward and not stall.
Yep, absolutely. Right. Okay, we're going to end. One final question. Tell me a fun thing about you. Have you got a fun fact? I hate it when people ask me this because I'm probably a really boring person.
I have lots of fun facts. Um, So what many people probably don't know about me was I was actually born and raised in Washington, D.C. in the States, which came with lots of fun things. But one fun fact in particular, which I always like to tell, is I must have been about 10 or so. And they were recording the movie Pelican Brief with Denzel Washington and Julia Roberts. And they filmed part of it at the school that I went to in the summer holidays. And so Denzel Washington put his kids into the school summer camp, which I was at. And I got to play basketball with his kids and meet him and meet Julia Roberts. And yeah, that's probably
Wow, that's really
a fun
cool.
fact. And I've also
I
sat
think
on an
that, right,
alligator.
okay, that's going to be a hard one to beat.
Yeah, it's good. Well, having gone on to a career in television, and I've met, a fair share of celebrities, but I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fab. Julia, it's been lovely speaking to you.
Thank you.
So after we have went live into the Lanarkshire Boss Mums Network page,
Yeah.
so if you like after this, feel free to go in and pop some information about yourself.
Okay.
And that way if anyone's got any questions, they can come and contact you. But thank you. It's been lovely to chat with you.
Thank you. Always a pleasure.
Hang on till I out. That's us. Stop. That's us.